Many in Jacksonville need JTA to get around. Now it looks like those commuters may need some more money to use the services.
Senator Rick Scott is pushing new bills for more transparency in medical prices. Today he'll be in Jacksonville talking with doctors and patients on improving health care.
How long do you think you have to get you and your family out of your house in case of a fire? Well, a new viral post says you only have 4 minutes. We'll set out to verify if that's true.
And we're talking playoffs. The NBA and NHL are one game away from a championship. But if you're looking for a Florida title, you need to start watching the College World Series.
All that and, of course, your latest weather and traffic. Welcome to Good Morning Jacksonville.
Hey, good morning. It is Monday. Weekend's over, but a new week,
Yes.
new opportunities, fresh start. It has begun.
Yep, I'm Lindsay Boach, Katie Jeffries. We've got storm expert meteorologist Mike Prangley here with a check of your forecast. And we've got more rain in the forecast, which can be a good thing if your lawn is still looking a little dry, but hopefully fixing that drought.
Oh, yes, officially, Lindsay. Yeah, good point. We're still in a moderate drought. So our Monday motivation is, yes, new week, but the same old forecast, and that's a good thing. We need the rain. Radar's quiet now. But yes, signs of that tropical southwest flow continue. Notice we've got the heaviest rain along the Gulf Coast. It's dissipating as it moves inland for now. But as we head into late morning, Lake City to Gainesville, get ready for your next round, then off to Jacksonville by 2 o'clock. So it's the rain timing, the key, not if, but when. 2 to 6 o'clock today, a high of 88. Tuesday, a day we'll watch for more of the severe weather threat, including damaging winds. That'd be between 3 and 8. More lift with the low pressure and a front in the area, 90. And then one more rainy day Wednesday, Katie, with highs of 87. We'll have those additional rain amounts coming your way. But first, how's it looking in that 5-Star Credit Union Traffic Center?
Hey, not too bad out there to start your morning. So let's take a look towards roadways. Let's look towards I-10 and Stockton. You can see it's definitely picking up on that eastbound side. Westbound side looks good, but I mean, this is to be expected. It's that time of the morning where people are starting to hit the road on the morning commute. Traveling along the Dames Point Bridge, look out for a broken down car there on the southbound side, but it's off in the right shoulder, so it's not causing any delays for those of you on the roads. Your downtown bridges look great as well. No reports of problems or congestion there. We did see a crash out towards the Glen St. Mary area earlier this morning. That's what I was trying to say, but it looks like that has since been cleared from US 90.
Well, if you use public transportation in Jacksonville, you could soon be paying more for JTA's services. They're considering raising the fares on bus lines, Ready Ride, and the St. John's Ferry. But before they take any action, they want to hear from you first. So that's why they'll be hosting public meetings starting today to ask for the public's input. Lana Harris has more this morning, including a look at how much more you could be paying to travel. Good morning, Lana.
Good morning. So no one is ever going to be happy about paying more money for the same services, but this is all happening because JTA says they've made some big investments with services and technologies to give people here better mobility, and now it's just time to pay the piper. They say they want to protect themselves financially from fluctuating sales and gas tax revenues and really any changes in how people use their services.
So we've got some breakdowns for you of these proposed fares, starting off with the bus and First Coast Flyer. These prices would go up anywhere between 25 cents and $15. Say you're a frequent rider who uses the 31-day pass. Your yearly cost would go up from $600 to $780. If you're on the reduced pass, your fare would also go up, but not quite as much. For Ready Ride users, a single ride would go up from 50 cents to $2. And for the St. John's River Ferry, aside from a pedestrian, which would be the same, everything else would go up from anywhere between $1 and $6, with the exception of buses and RVs. They would pay the same amount as trucks, which would actually be cheaper. You'll notice there would be higher prices on the weekends, too.
Now, one huge note across the board, using their mobile app would actually save you some money. It would still be more than the current prices, but it would be discounted off that new fare. And if you're on the reduced pass, using that mobile app would actually keep your prices the same as they are now. Now, again, none of this is set in stone just yet. So if this really impacts you, they want to hear from you at their public meetings happening all week. That first one, again, is this morning at the Legends Center at 10 a.m. and then again at this evening at 5:30 p.m. Here in the studio, I'm Lana Harris, First Coast News, on your side.
Time now for your most informative 2 minutes of your morning in your fast lane of news. Breaking overnight, JSO responding to a shooting in the Mixontown area, finding a man shot several times. Happened around 10:30 on Sunday night. They made that discovery on Dakota Street. They say that the man was in his vehicle parked on the side of the road when he was shot. At last we heard, he is in the hospital in critical condition. And there is no description of the suspect at this time, but if you know anything, please call Crime Stoppers. Later this morning, Senator Rick Scott will be in town to discuss new ways to make health care more affordable. At 10 o'clock, he'll be at the Jacksonville Chamber for a roundtable discussion. While meeting with both health care leaders and patients, they will be talking prescription drug prices and transparency in medical billing. We'll be on hand for that meeting, so tune in to First Coast News at noon for more.
Well, if you were in St. Augustine this weekend, you maybe experienced some slowdowns with the road work there. There's a heads up for you on 2 projects that could impact your drive today. First, Bridge of Lions is going to be closed tonight from 7 p.m. to 5:30 tomorrow morning, and that's just for some routine maintenance. You can also expect some lane closures on US 1 between Harding and Pacific. That'll run from 10 this morning to 3 p.m. both today and tomorrow. All right, so you don't have to play for the Jaguars to work for them. The team is hosting a job fair at TIAA Bank Field today from 6 to 8. They're looking to fill more than 1,000 positions to help with the upcoming season's home games. Available positions include food service, bartenders, cashiers, security, and parking attendants. So if you're interested, make sure you stop by the stadium this evening. The Wounded Warrior Project hosted more than 100 veterans and their families for an afternoon of fun events. The annual Bayside Family Day on Saturday included some boating and fishing, along with some other activities. It's the 7th year that they've hosted this event.
This weekend, a 31-year-old father of 3 was killed in an ATV crash at Hogwaller Mud Bog in Putnam County. William Lemire of Stark wasn't wearing a helmet when that ATV flipped, and the community he was with when he died is remembering him. First, by setting up a GoFundMe page for his family, and then setting up a cross in his memory near the site where he died. But neighbors in Palatka say they have been asking for a closer look at the safety at that bog for some time. Alex Ositis is on your side in Putnam County with the latest.
As messages of support and donations pour in for that father of 3, neighbors of that venue say they've been contacting the county for years trying to get something done.
I'm very sad. You know, I thought this was something that you know, if the county in the beginning had just listened.
It's a concern Cindy Locke has had for years, first taking action with the county in 2015. Locke, who lives near Hogwaller Mud Bog, says that she's documented issues against the venue, including overflow parking and camping areas. She says that bringing more people out into an already crowded area can be dangerous.
My concern is there's minor children in there. There's parents who sign those waivers to let their children go in there and camp and ride.
Hogwaller posting, quote, "We're committed to operating a safe environment and are working with investigators." Adding Saturday's wreck happened on the trail area and not in the designated mud bog, which according to county documents must be fenced in.
The site has outgrown its venue, let's just put it that way. It's not big enough. It's not dry enough.
Locke says she doesn't believe the wetlands can keep up with the activity and is concerned for those going into the area. We've reached out to Putnam County commissioners, but our messages were not immediately returned. Locke says that after this tragic incident Saturday, she's hoping officials will look into the development again.
We're talking about safety here. Does that not concern anyone? It should.
A fundraiser has already been set up for that father of 3 by some of his fellow riders. If you want to donate, we put a link on firstcoastnews.com. Reporting in Putnam County, Alex Ositis, First Coast News, on your side.
Thank you, Alex. So a lot happened over the weekend, like Broadway's biggest night of the year.
Yeah, Brooks Baptiste has all of your top trending stories, plus the buzz for you this morning. Hey, Brooks.
Hey, good morning to you, Lindsay and Katie. Yeah, the Tony Awards, they brought some big winners to the spotlight at Radio City Music Hall Sunday night. And if you missed it, I've got you covered with some of those highlights. Let's get right to it. James Corden hosting the awards for the second time. Hadestown won 8 trophies at last night's award show, including Best Musical. Now, The Ferryman was crowned Best Play, and the most historic part of the night, actress Ali Stroker, she made history becoming the first actor in a wheelchair to win a Tony Award. She took home Featured Actress in a Musical for her work in a dark revival of Oklahoma.
I'm fighting my way, I'm flying on my own, on the wings of your love.
I'm I'm loving this new vibe. I like it. That was Celine Dion's her new song, Flying on My Own. Now, over the weekend, her 16-year Las Vegas residency came to an end. And during the final moments of the show, she honored her late husband and thanked her fans. By the way, you know she's going to make a stop right here on the First Coast, January 2020. And Nike is just doing it, introducing curvy mannequins at their flagship store out in London. The company says they understand that everybody is just not a size 0, so the store features a full range of athletic figures and multiple plus-size mannequins for the first time in the store's history. They say it's a way to support positive body image and encourage self-confidence. All right, be sure to use that hashtag GMJ. As always, the conversation continues online. Here's Mike Prangley.
Yes, more Monday motivation, not just Brooks Baptiste. Hey, Brooks, thank you. We take a look at Miss Linder making our day here, Michler's Landing. So this is the time to get your beach time in today, the run time, the bikers get out there, because by the time we head toward early to mid-afternoon, the skies ignite once again. Temperatures, the low to mid-80s. In fact, as we take a look at our futurecast, quiet this morning, but notice we will have some heavy gully washers once again, even for the west side, moving from southwest to northeast once again, really filling in by 3 o'clock. Most areas, including the beaches up to Brunswick, down to St. Augustine. For the jumbo shrimp, we will dry out and play ball tonight. Rain-cooled temperatures in the 70s. Now let's get to Katie Jeffries, ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Thank you, Mike. Let's get you guys out the door. We do have a crash that came in at 295 and US 17. Now you can see it here. It's on that ramp. The car is actually all the way over here against kind of the fence here of this building. So please be careful for the officer on scene, as well as it looks like maybe the road ranger there. They're right on that ramp there of 295 as it comes off of 17. So please be careful. And that is the southbound side ramp, so the side leading you towards the Buckman Bridge. Be careful for that car. Other than that, not seeing any big delays out there. 95 northbound, really from 210 towards downtown, 15 to 20 minutes. Watch your speed, though. You guys are at some places breaking the speed limit. Other places you are riding right at it. So you don't need to speed this morning. Just please get to work safely, and when the rain moves in later, slow it down.
A post going viral says that over the years, the time that you have to escape a house fire has gone down dramatically. But is this true, and how much time do you actually have? We talked to a fire chief to verify. That's coming up next. And the NBA and NHL playoffs are almost over, but the College World Series just about to begin. Chris Porter's going to have more on FSU's odds in the tournament coming up.
And wondering what to watch this evening? Tonight on ABC, Jimmy Kimmel live at 8:30. Then the NBA countdown begins leading into Games 5 of the finals. Can Toronto win their first title ever? Or will maybe they have some new life breathed into them? Warriors and Raptors, they tip off at 9 o'clock on ABC 25, and First Coast News at 11 follows all the action. Confessed killer Donald Davidson's trial resumes today after a rare guilty plea in a death penalty case. Former medical examiner Valerie Rao will be the sole witness this morning at the Clay County Courthouse in Green Cove Springs. Davidson stunned the court, even his own attorneys, late last month when he pleaded guilty in his death penalty trial. So make sure you stay with First Coast News on air and online for more from inside the courtroom. We'll have live updates for you all morning.
30 years ago, you had 5 times longer to leave your home in the event of a house fire. That's at least according to a viral post. So we set out to verify if that's true, and after speaking to a fire chief, we can tell you that it is. And that's because over the years, building materials have changed. In most cases, they've become more flammable.
We have wood that is pressed wood. Okay, so it's pieces of the wood or particle board, wafer board. It's pieces that are now glued together. And that glue is the fuel that allows it to catch fire much quicker.
It's not just the building materials either. New furniture and rugs can also attribute to the growth of a fire. Make sure that you and your family have a plan in the event of an emergency. It could save lives. And if you have something that you would like for us to verify, we'd love to hear from you. Just email our team, verify@firstcoastnews.com.
Now, weather with your First Coast News storm experts, powered by AC Designs.
Sunny side up, a little muggy out there, but a beautiful start to our Monday. 75. We've got the double eights for our high. Rain time today, 2 to 6 o'clock. So we're still in that same pattern we saw over the weekend. As we look at the big event here, it's talking about 1 to 3 inches of additional rainfall between now and Wednesday. So as we look at tomorrow, I think this would be the day to watch the severe weather more closely. By late afternoon into the evening, temperatures of 90 degrees. We'll have the upper level low and a front working together. On Wednesday, one more rainy day. Okay, we have temperatures of 87 degrees, and then things start to dry out. Thursday's when we'll see that cold front move through, a drier west wind. That'll drop the rain chances from 80 to 30%. Temperatures back near 90. And yes, if you're ready for some sunshine and the silver lining after the needed rain, we'll be back to that sunshine Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with temperatures back into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. As far as the upper level low goes, this is the tropical flow responsible for the rain out there. It will reach Lake City by 11 a.m., Palaca, Penny Farms by 1 p.m. to the west side, including St. John's and Jacksonville by 2 p.m., then off toward the beaches for Brunswick in Amelia Island. Now let's get to Katie Jeffries, ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Thanks, Mike. Still watching this crash here along 295 on the southbound side, the side that takes you towards the Buckman Bridge near US 17. Now you can see the car over here kind of towards the building, and it does look like you have a bit of an onlooker delay here, kind of looking at this scene, getting a little congested, and that is the side that normally is more congested anyway this time of the morning. So maybe give yourself an extra 5 minutes there just to make sure you're not late. Again, it's 295 southbound. It's right there on that ramp from 17 onto 295. But your drive times still at this point don't look like they're being impacted too much by that onlooker delay. But like I said, give yourself 5 minutes though just to be safe. 95 northbound from St. Johns County towards Jacksonville looks good. Even I-95 from Nassau towards Jacksonville, that looks good as well. So overall, it's been a nice start to the morning, even though we have seen some crashes here or there. None seem to be causing any major issues on your roads.
The St. Louis Blues take aim at winning their first ever Stanley Cup, but the Bruins have not been making it easy. Boston strikes first with Brad Marchand's goal, putting the Bruins up 1-0, and they'd never lose that lead. They beat the Blues in St. Louis 5-1. So now that means we have the two greatest words in sports, Game 7. It is winner take all in Boston Wednesday night, and you can only watch the action right here on NBC 12. Well, the NHL and NBA aren't the only ones talking playoffs. The College World Series will be getting underway later this week. And as Chris Porter reports, a local favorite will be in the hunt.
From the Farrah and Farrah Sports Desk, it's First Coast Sports.
Good Monday morning. Florida State baseball fans are all excited this morning because the Seminoles have advanced to the College World Series. But let me tell you, they needed extra innings. And let's show you how they got it done. If the Noles wouldn't have won last night, they would have played a Game 3 today. The Seminoles wasted no time jumping on LSU. Here they go. That is Tim Becker knocking that one down that left field line. That will get a run across to make it 4-1 FSU, but the Tigers would fight back, down by 1 in the top of the 8th. Runners on the corner for Mr. Watson. That ball is lined off the third baseman's glove, rolls into left field, and then Watson gets greedy. And when you are late, my friend, you are out. And that will pretty much kill the rally, though the game is tied at 4. They need extra innings. Runner on second when Drew Mendoza says good night, game over, drive home safely. The Florida State Seminoles have survived and advanced to the College World Series. Mike Martin's career, which will come to a close at the end of this season, it will live on for at least another round. By the way, happy birthday to Kirsten Hall. I promised her that I was going to tell her that this morning. And you guys roll out of bed and have a marvelous Monday.
Your time is 6:50. Your GMJ on the go is next with all of the headlines you need to know before you head out to start the day.
All right, 6:52 is your time. Time now to get you out the door with your GMJ on the go. We begin with a proposed fare hike from JTA.
If passed, it would be the 5th raise since JTA began in the 70s. The transportation group says they need the funds to continue with technological upgrades and to provide commuters with the best rides. Before they officially decide the hike, though, they are asking the public to voice their opinions on the matter at several meetings. The first of which is today at the Legend Center at 10 a.m. until noon, then again tonight from 5:30 to 7.
Breaking overnight, JSO responding to a shooting in Mixontown. They found a man who was shot several times, and they say that the man was in his vehicle parked on the side of the road when he was shot. At last we heard, he's in the hospital in critical condition. No description of any suspect at this time, but if you know anything, you're urged to call Crime Stoppers.
Breaking this morning, JFRD is responding to a house fire on Laurie Street. That's in the Brentwood area. JFRD says the house is all clear and that fire is under control. As we learn more about what might have caused the fire, we'll be sure to update you both on air and online.
Jacksonville City Council is holding a meeting tomorrow, and they want to hear from you ahead of a panel voting on whether to put a half-cent sales tax on the ballot that would help fix aging schools in Duval County. Tuesday's meeting is set for 5 p.m. at City Hall.
And looking ahead to later this week, it's $5 day at the Jacksonville Zoo. That is this Wednesday, June 12th. All general admission tickets will be $5. And with that, let's get a check of your weather and traffic. Mike can let us know how it's going to be.
Oh boy, we got to start with this. We've got postcard pick weather if you're heading out the door. I want to thank Flagler Surf One. So even on our stormy days, it's just a beautiful place to live. And yes, this is the calm ahead of the stormy afternoon once again. And like yesterday, some heavy rain and lightning as our main two impacts. So get those errands done, get those runs done early this morning. Notice the rain chances go from 20% at 11 a.m. to 60% by 3 o'clock. And then things will start to taper in time for the Jumbo Shrimp game tonight at 7 p.m. as we dry out. Rain time all the way through Wednesday. Check it out. We've got the same upper low in the area, so some more heavy gully washers Tuesday that could include some damaging wind gusts. Wednesday, one more rainy day, so all in all, 1 to 3 more inches of rain on the way. 7-day forecast shows that silver lining as we dry out by late week and for your weekend.
And of course, let's talk about your roadways out there this morning. This is a look towards the Fuller Warren Bridge. That sunrise is gorgeous out there, and all your downtown bridges are moving along without any problems. The only crash that we're following, a little onlooker delay, 295 southbound near 17. That southbound side is the side leading you towards the Buckman Bridge. Even though the crash is over kind of in the grass area, you've still got a little bit of an onlooker delay.
So we have a huge congratulations for a couple of First Coast weddings, actually, that happened on Saturday. Right there you see Shelby Danielson. She got married Saturday to her new husband, Russell. A big congratulations to them. And then to Evan, who's in the control room right now. He's our director for the show. He got married on Saturday as well to the love of his life. So big congratulations to Evan and Delaney. Beautiful pictures. Love that. And Katie and I were at Shelby's wedding, and it was just so much fun.
Oh, it was awesome.
The smile on her face all day. She was just in the best mood. She wasn't nervous at all, which is good.
No, I felt like we were more like nervous as bridesmaids than she was. She was great.
Mike and I were just saying that.
Who is next? Could it be Brooks?
That would be
now,
Brooks.
Brooks is still single, but we'll see. And Lana?
Oh, Joe.
Joe's getting married.
Oh, Joe's getting married. Producer Joe, yeah.
Our producer.
Nice try.
Maybe. You never know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Good luck, Hannah.
Well, anybody, yeah.
Have a great rest of your day today. We'll be right back here in 30 minutes with another news and weather update.